I'm sure y'all have played plenty of age-old games you have a lot of nostalgia for. Well, this is another one of mine, and personally, I think with no bias at all, is one of the better ones. So join me as we take a dive into one of EA's best titles ever. No Glaze is genuinely one of the best games they've ever dropped. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Now I'm gonna say it straight up. I think this game honestly isn't as good as I make it out to be, real shit. But I think it is right now because this game made my childhood, bro. I played it every day coming home from school. I was so excited to hop on and play as a stupid fucking chopper and run around the battlegrounds game modes and eat people, one tapping niggas, getting like 40, 50 kills a game. Cause I was a fucking sweat with a hot rod chomper, bro. That was my prime. You gonna see from the fucking gameplay, I'm washed, buddy. I even had my hot rod chomper at a diamond prestige, bro. I was a D1 chomper main, bro. Like on some crazy shit. So I'm coming into this video with a lot of personal opinions, like I usually do for these kind of videos in every video I fucking have out, because it's my goddamn channel. So just a prerequisite, but I do really want to have this game revived so I can feel that same feeling I did, you know, coming home from school, just hopping straight on the game and just slamming niggas. Pause. Not pause, actually. So I would really appreciate if you guys actually bought this game and played it for yourself on either PlayStation, Xbox, Steam. Is it on Steam? I don't fucking know. Whatever the fuck you play on, you need to get this goddamn game. It's worth it. And EA has fucking abandoned it. And honestly, it doesn't deserve it, man. That's like, this, genuinely, the Garden Warfare series is one of the best they've ever made. I'm gonna talk about every little thing I love about this game. So if this video is a little disorganized, that's gonna be why. This video is basically just gonna be a really long rant on why I love this game so much. So first of all, this game has one of the best hub worlds I've seen in gaming. It's so expansive and full of shit for you to do without even playing online. You can start a turf takeover, which initiates a bunch of whatever opposite side you were on, which were plants or zombies, to spawn in and just start attacking everything in sight. Allies would spawn in for you too, and it could go as long as you wanted it to, or until you killed everything, and you can just end it at any time by like taking down the flag, I believe. It was just a fun thing to do whenever you were waiting to join a match, or you was waiting for one of your homies to get on, or it was just fun to see how many zombies you could kill without dying. Now I can't talk about the hub world without talking about the sewers under the place. You can enter through the middle of the center of the hub world through a massive sewer tunnel. You'll find Russ down there sometimes. He's the guy who sells you collectibles and clothes for your characters and yaps while you're in your hub world. I don't know what the fuck kind of language is in the Plants vs. Zombies world. The entire time you're in your hub world, you always hear him like saying some crazy shit, bro. The only way you can know what he's saying by going up and interacting with bro, and I don't know, he just be saying some crazy shit. And it sounds crazy. His voice sounds crazy, bro. The language in this game is weird. Anyways, there's also a random fish down there. He's like drowning low-key in a puddle of water. You can talk to him and trade in stars for experience points for whatever character you're using at the time. So if you wanted to like really level up a character fast and you had the stars for it, that would be a good way to do it. I don't know why you would do that though, unless you were a fucking sweat. Just level it up regularly while playing the game. Anyways, if you continue to go lower and lower, you'll find a secret gnome cave down there with chests you can open for loot for stars, and also a big collection of the gnomes you've collected so far throughout the game. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have never gotten all of the gnomes ever. While like the 11 years I've had this game, bro, I have never gotten every gnome. I don't know what the fuck happens when you get every gnome. You probably get like a lot of money. I could never find them niggas, bro. They are genuinely so well hidden through every map in the game. They're actually incredibly difficult to find. There's one on the map, the Yeti game mode, and you have to like fall off the edge and like you have to land on like a rock or some shit that's like sticking out on the edge of the map, and then you go into this little cave and the gnome is sitting right there. Like, who thought of putting that shit there? You would never think to just fall off, look down, matter of fact. You would never think to just walk to a certain edge of the map, look down, and like see like something sticking out. No one would ever be thinking to do that unless you were specifically hunting for these gnomes, bro. Like, throughout a regular game, you're not doing that. Unless you see other people doing it, and that's how I found the gnome, because I saw this other nigga do it. Also, there's a training area in the sewers you can open up. It's like a target practice minigame. It's super short, but like it's good for practicing your aim, and it's fun to try and get the highest score which is honestly a little difficult to get, but it was kind of hard. I'd never gotten it. Another thing in the world is that you can collect snow globes. They're all over the world. Like, I think they're all over the hub world exclusively, but I think they might also be in the maps too. And collecting them all, I believe, gives you a shit ton of coins you can use to buy new packs and shit. You could also get the customization packs as well. Plants and zombies both have multiple NPCs you can interact with or do little quests with as well, like fighting items or killing certain enemies for them. They're fun, and they give you pretty decent rewards, I think. Tons of mini games like the target practice one too. There's one on the far right side of the map that's a pirate ship mini game where you shoot them down. I remember distinctly hating that fucking mini game because it was so difficult and annoying. I remember playing it like I was grinding that shit trying to get a good score, and I just never played it again after that because it pissed me off so bad. Anyways, fucking hate that fucking bitch ass mini. Fuck it. Anyway, each faction has their own quest line. For the zombies, you speak to Dr. Patient, and for the plants, you speak to DaveBot 3000. Eventually, they unlock areas under the main hubs of the teams, and in general, they unlock a lot of stuff that's super fun to explore. Generally though, you will never run out of things to do in this hub world, bro. Like, it's so expansive. It's the furthest thing from dead possible, bro. They also have their own pizza joints you can do missions for. I used to think if you did the pizza quest, you would get the Go character, because I had seen so many people had him while I was playing multiplayer, and I assumed that's how you got it if you like did that whole pizza delivery quest line. Unfortunately not. My broke ass just couldn't afford that nigga, bro. The point is, in the hub world alone, you could spend hours just wandering around doing mini games, quests, and collecting things or just fighting random enemies. It might honestly be my favorite part of the game. Now real quick, I'd like to point out that the music in this game is amazing and so memorable, and I desperately need EA to put it on Spotify. Right now, immediately, indubitably. I need that shit on Spotify, man. Next, I want to talk about the characters themselves. Like every type of zombie and plant you can play as, and the special ones you can buy too, because they're super interesting and they all have their own pros and cons. The first character on the zombies side is an imp, and I usually mained imps whenever I played zombies. Basically, they're a low health enemy but high damage output. They can spawn in a massive mech that will double their damage and health output though. They're super fun to play and run really fast, and in general just a really fun character to main because there's so much variety in the mechs you can spawn in. There's like a shrimp, bro, there's like a dragon, there's a regular just robot. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I mained Lil Draco because it's the coolest imp variant, obviously. That's the character I was dropping like 50-40 bombs with per game, bro. I was on demon timing with Lil Draco, bro. I had him fully decked out with like the rainbow. I had like the fucking mask that changes faces for the imp. I had that shit on him. The second is Super Brains, which is a parody of Superman, obviously. Super Brain Superman. I mained him too, but not the regular one. I mained Breakfast Brains, which is one of the many variants you could get of him. Mostly because I thought it was funny how he shot toast from his hands and had a toaster for a head. Super Brains is pretty fun too. He has like a Kamehameha attack that you can use to blow up enemies with that does like a shit ton of damage. He also has a weird tornado where he like spins around really fast and traps enemies in it. He takes less damage in that tornado. Overall, definitely one of the weirder zombies. Next is Captain Dreadbeard. He sucks ass. I never use him because he sucks, not because I'm dog shit at sniping. He suck. The game sucks. People who made him suck. I hate snipers in Plants vs. Zombies. Anyways, we're moving on. Next is the Soldier, which has a ton of variety. He has a rocket launcher on his back, poison grenades, and a jetpack. He usually is the character Sweats use, especially the variants of him, bro. I kid you not, while I was recording this shit, bro, I was getting clapped by these fucking diamond tier soldier variants, bro. There was a fucking General Supremo. That's the most sweaty one, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's the General Supremo and like the fucking paint gun one, or like what was it, the air trooper or something like that, bro. Oh my god, they're terrible. You see one of them niggas, you're immediately turning around and you're still getting cooked even when you run away because they use them as snipers all the time. All they do is sit on top of a building and shoot you from afar, bro. That shit pissed me off so bad. Next is the Engineer, a pretty well-rounded character. He's got a massive mounted turret, a siren that stuns enemies, and a jackhammer mode he can use to run away and take less damage as well, I believe. He's actually pretty powerful. I used the fire variant. What was it? The welder, I believe. He did a lot of fucking damage, but the rate of fire for his weapon is dog shit. He shoots like one fucking pellet per like 1 minute, bro. I swear, it takes forever for him to reload, and it takes forever for him to shoot, but he does a shit ton of damage, and he has some pretty good attacks. He might be the most well-rounded character on zombies, at least for me personally. The scientist is the healer of the zombies. He can heal anyone he's close to. You can also extend the range, I believe, with an upgrade. The sweats use him too because he has a fucking massive damage output for a fucking healer, bro. Genuinely, that fucking shotgun, whatever the fuck he has, if you're like a regular character that without a massive health pool, it's a 3-tap, bro. Like, it's actually bullshit how much damage that fucking shotgun does, bro. I swear, every sweat I've met that mains a scientist needs to fucking go outside and take a shower. Room probably look like fucking Asmongold's room, bro. I swear, that's what all fucking scientist mains look like. At least the sweaty ones. The ones that actually heal their team and are good support, I fuck with y'all heavy. But the ones that just run around shooting people and just throw around like the little heals just so they could get that fucking stat up piss me off, bro. If you play scientists like that, you're a bitch and I hate you and you should uninstall the game. I'm kidding. But yeah, it pisses me off. Lastly is the all-star. It's a dead football player with like a massive machine gun thing that like shoots footballs. He also has a high damage output and also the biggest health pool of the zombies, I believe, so he's kind of like the tank. Besides, I guess, if you want to count the imp in the mech. He has some good defense measures, and overall, some attacks come in clutch when you need them. Like that fucking imp punt that, like, one-taps you immediately, no matter if you're, like, in a fucking 5-meter radius, you're cooked. His variants are also pretty interesting. There's like a rugby one, there's a hockey star, they're all like sports themed. Some of the characters in Plants vs. Zombies in general have weird themes around them. Like, why is there a fucking orange in the plants? Who decided to put a fucking orange in with the plants? I don't know, but they need to be fired. Now we are on to the plants, the less superior team. I say that, but not really. They're pretty balanced overall. I just like the zombies heavily over the plants. There's like only 2 characters I enjoy playing on the plants, I'm not gonna lie. And it's definitely not the first one, which is the Citron, the fucking orange I was talking about, bro. He got a ray gun and he has a shield. He's weird. I was mentioning it before, but he really is weird now that I look at him, bro. I don't understand how an orange and some corn fits into the narrative of plants. Let them cook, I guess. He has a shield. I never use him. He can like go fast, whatever. Next is the Rose, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I can't remember a single time I ever picked this character to use. Yet I always got her shitty fucking variants whenever I got that character pack, bro. Like, it actually pissed me off how often I get Rose variants. Like, I have like fucking 4 of them and I haven't used a Rose ever. I don't think I've ever even clicked on her besides for this video, bro. I don't like playing those kinds of like support characters. Anyway, she can turn enemies into goats, which is super fucking annoying if you get hit by that. Other than that, I have no idea what she does. I know she can also do the teleporter on the plant side, and the engineer does the one on the zombie side. I forgot to mention that earlier. Next is the Corn. I also have never used this character ever in my life because I don't like him and he sounds funny when he shoots. Like, my whole thing when I was a kid is I was always like hopping on the game, and whenever I would kill a Corn, bro, I would just start dying of laughter because they made such a weird fucking noise. Same thing with the Orange. They make funny fucking noises when they die, bro. I used to think that shit was peak comedy. It is still funny. The Corn's whole thing is just like, it's corny, bro. Get it? Anyway, he shoots Corn and has a butter bomb that does a shit ton of damage. That's low-key really fucking annoying. Anyways, next character. Now we're getting to a character I actually like. The pea shooter, which is the face of the plants because he's the best one, obviously. High damage output, slightly lower health on the side. His variants are all super cool too. There's a toxic, plasma, fire, a ton of other weird ones. There's like a soldier commando one that has like rapid fire as well. Whenever I played plants, I mained him or Chomper exclusively, bro, nobody else. He can also run super fast and has a mounted turret mode that actually does a shit ton of damage if you actually hit your shots. Like, you can just pop a nigga immediately while you're in that turret mode. In that fucking sombrero bean, chili bean bomb, bro. Oh my god. When I tell you whenever I play as a zombie, that bean bomb has the highest fatality rate in the entire game, bro. I kid you not. It doesn't matter how fucking far away you are. If you're seeing it, you're dead. Like, actually, the range of that fucking blast is outrageous. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, as much as I glaze this game, that fucking chili bean bomb is outrageous. The damage is outrageous. It should not be a one tap. Like, you're on the edge of the bomb and you're still dead immediately, shot into the fucking air like a goddamn rocket. Like, it's crazy work and it pisses me off. And it kills me the most whenever I play online, man. I promise you. That is the one thing that'll kill me consistently throughout online, bro. If anything needed to be nerfed in this game, it's that fucking chili bean bomb, bro. I promise you. That and the entire corn character and the scientist as well need to be nerfed. Like, as much as I want to believe this game is balanced, it's honestly not. Like, I'm being real, it is not balanced. Some characters are way stronger than others. Some don't even have a counter on the opposite team. But anyways, let's get on to my favorite character in the plants, the Chomper, bro. Mostly because the massive damage output and a way to hide from enemies if need be, and insta-kill them too. Also, if you're a fucking Chomper, I don't know if it's like a bug that was just never fixed. It's like the first 1 or 2 seconds you do that dig attack as a Chomper, you're not invulnerable like you should be. You can still get cooked by somebody shooting at you even if you're underground actively digging for like a good 3 seconds. You can still die somehow. I don't know if that was intended, but it pisses me the fuck off when I'm trying to cheese kill somebody, then use that dig to run away, and I still fucking die even though I'm underground. Like, I understand I'm probably the one at fault for killing someone and then immediately running away, but like, that's the whole strat for Chomper, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's a pussy strat, but that's the strat for Chomper. That's how you get them kills. That's how you win the fucking orb, the ones where you have to get 50 kills, bro. That's how you win. That's how you do it. You have a shit ton of Chompers just eating niggas, and I'm not pausing on that. I'm not gonna say I do be eating niggas, that's kind of crazy. But as a Chomper, I do be eating niggas. And as I'm thinking about it, the Chomper is low-key overpowered as fuck. Like, being able to one-tap someone by literally walking behind them and eating them is kind of crazy. And there's nothing on the zombie side that can do that either. Like, not in the slightest. And depending on which Chomper you use, the damage output is even higher, and you can have lasting effects like fire or toxic. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of crazy. I'ma still main them anyway, I don't give a fuck. They're the best character on plants. And as I said earlier, I was using that Hot Rod Chomper. I had that nigga diamond tier, bro. Diamond. No, not even diamond. I had it the fucking rainbow one. That's above diamond. I used that fucking Hot Rod Chomper so much, bro. That's mainly the character I was dropping those high kill games with, because I would just be eating niggas, and then I would be running away because he gets a speed boost right after you eat someone and while you're digesting. Do that, run away, and then repeat the whole cycle. And then I would do that, I would lay down those traps that get people stuck. I would intentionally lay them bitches in an area where nobody would see them, and they would walk into them, and I would just be watching them hoes. And then I would immediately get behind them and eat them, insta-kill, repeat the whole process over again. Now that I think about it, that is low-key a hoe-ass strat, but it got me the kills, man. It won us the games, so I can't complain, really, because if I'm on your team, we are winning. That's a lie. You can see this gameplay I recorded is not it. I'm washed, but I'm gonna have a comeback. I'm gonna be in my comeback era soon for Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2. I'm gonna be in my comeback era soon. I wasn't on my A game while I was recording the footage for this video, so I'm not ass. I'm not ass. Anyway, you know Chomper's my favorite character in the game. Arguably has the best variants in the game too. Especially the vampire one's pretty cool. And the fucking unicorn that can teleport is also kind of cool. Anyway, next is the healer of the plants, the sunflower. Now, I actually kind of like the sunflower character and use them quite often when I had to. Like, if my team had no healer, I would just go ahead and switch to the sunflower, get to healing niggas. Because every team needs a healer. I hate when every team has, like, 8 all-stars and, like, super brent and imps, and that's it. Like, no heals, no support. Like, it just pisses me off. That's how you know you're gonna fucking lose. It's like a Overwatch strat, bro. If you don't have a healer, you're cooked. At least original Overwatch, when I used to play that shit, the first game. Not that shitty Overwatch 2, we don't talk about that. One day I need to make a video on how good the Overwatch 1 era was, bro. Generally, that was some generational gaming. Like, now that I'm really thinking about it, Overwatch 1 was like some generational type shit. Like, on prime Fortnite levels when that shit came out. Yeah, I gotta make a video on that. But anyways, Overall, a solid character, the variants are pretty cool, good damage, heal like crazy, bring people back to life quickly. Yeah, overall, pretty good plant. Not my favorite, but if I use them, but I will use them if I have to. Last is a sniper of the plants, the cactus. I have nothing to say on this character because I never use it, and it sucks, and I hate cactus, sweaty fucking cactus mains. I hate them with a deep passion in my heart. Anyways, let's talk about the special characters you can buy. You can buy the Torch and Tail upgrade, which is $10, I believe. And you would get the Giga Torchwood character, which is a massive piece of wood and a Gatling gun for a hand with a massive fucking health pool. And then you would get the Goat character, which is a goat on a hoverboard that shoots lasers and gives people speed buffs and I believe the goat can heal people as well. I've never used them, but to me they seem pretty balanced, or maybe a little on the OP side, but they seem pretty fun to use. Maybe now that I have my own money, I'm not a fucking broke child, I'll buy them and use them in the game, perhaps. Anyway, that is all the characters you can play as in Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. You can see I have bias towards who I like for obvious reasons, but overall it's a very good character system, and they all have their own pros and cons to using them. If anything, it's a very balanced game. I'm reading this on the script, that is a fucking lie. It is not a very balanced game, I'm saying it right now. This shit is not balanced whatsoever. But you should still play it because it's a really good game. Besides, of course, the Chomper, because insta-killing from one attack is kind of crazy, but we are moving on. Now let's talk about the online multiplayer, which is the heart of this game. I don't want to say too much because I really want you guys to buy and play this game for yourself in this regard, but I will explain what I love about it. Okay, so this game will make you rage, like actually. Sometimes it's so completely unfair, you'll get cooked immediately after spawning in without a chance to do literally anything. And it's usually by the enemy character yours is absolutely worse to fight. Like an engineer fighting a chomper or a sunflower fighting a fucking scientist, bro. Like while recording this, I was genuinely getting angry at this fucking game because I was getting cooked constantly, and it might be because I'm ass and I'm washed, but we're not going to talk about that. It's the game's fault. But other than that, I really don't have any complaints about the multiplayer. You can split screen or have multiple friends join your lobby and play with you. There's so much variety in the game modes, and the maps also have a ton of variety to them, so there's really not much to complain about in those categories. Just sometimes it's extremely difficult for no fucking reason, extremely unfair, and it'll piss you off, and you will want to break a controller. I have not broken a controller to Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I'm making that evidently clear. I have not done that, but I have thought of it. It has crossed my mind a few times. Oh, and before I forget, there's a ranking system in this game that's sort of like the COD World War II Prestige one. You can rank up your characters once you get enough EXP while using them. It's simple but a cool addition. Really only shows how much of a sweat you are. I'm not gonna lie, but I digress. As you remember, I had my Chomper Rainbow Plat on a separate account, but there are multiple online game modes to this game. I believe there's 3 of them, the regular kind from the portal and the base, and then there's one in the town hall you can play too that gives you stars as rewards and is slightly more difficult than the rest, and also has some different interesting game modes to say the least. One of them is a basic whoever kills 100 people first, but every time you die you respawn as a different character. It's an interesting concept, but definitely not the best, and I believe some of the characters you can respawn as are the ones you can only buy, like the Unicorn Chomper, which is pretty cool. You get to play some characters you wouldn't have been able to play before, unless you paid for them, of course. So I guess that's a cool addition. The Town Hall game mode is also timed, I believe. It only opens up, I don't remember when, but I know it's timed. Like it'll be closed at times and then it'll open back up on a timer. And while we're talking about game modes, I think my favorite is honestly Gnome Bomb. The premise is that a gnome spawns anywhere on the map and you're supposed to pick it up and bring it to an enemy team's pillar. Each team has 3 pillars and the game ends when a team's pillars are all blown up. It's a really simple premise, but it's so fucking fun once you start to play it, bro. The rush you get when you have the gnome and you're running from literally every person on the enemy team trying to get to their pillar before they kill you and take it from you is crazy work, bro. It's crazy work. And did I mention all the attacks except your regular one are disabled once you have the gnome? You can't use any of your specials. You literally just run, jump, and shoot. That is it. It's such a simple concept, but man, it makes it an amazing, intense game to play. It's super fun, especially if you're playing with friends, and would be even more fun now if we were able to get full lobbies again. There's also a game mode that I think is my second favorite, where there's a massive robot that the plants are trying to activate, and your objective as the plants is to shoot the robot and its power core to make it fall into the lava. But your objective as a zombie is to protect the robot and kill the plants trying to destroy it. It's another simple concept, but one with an amazing execution. Also, the music for this section is just peak. Wanted to throw that line in there. Put that shit on Spotify right now. Either side for this game mode is guaranteed to be fun as fuck or extremely aggravating. There's no in between whatsoever. There's also another game mode similar to this one, but instead of a robot, it's a giant yeti frozen in ice, and you have to stop them from letting him unthaw or make him unthaw. And he does a little funny man dance if he unthaws that I thought was peak comedy as a kid. It's not funny now, it's low-key cringe, but what I'm trying to say is that every game mode is unique in its own way, and therefore fun and engaging without fail. You should definitely play them yourself if you ever have the chance to. This game deserves so much more love than it has now, and it's a shame EA has completely abandoned it and its pretty shitty sequel. We do not talk about Neighborhoodville, bro. That game is dog shit and is completely inferior to Garden Warfare 2 in every way possible. I know there's been some controversy within the company with PopCap, and a revival or any more updates for this game is highly unlikely, which is honestly truly a shame. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 is definitely the best of the series for me, and it's probably one of the best games EA has published. And speaking of EA, this game, of course, full of microtransactions like every EA game is nowadays. But to be fair, the ones in this game actually feel like you're getting your money's worth, at least for buying new playable characters and not random customization items. But even then, they're usually pretty cool looking and worth the money in my opinion, at the very least. Like the fucking mask that the zombies wear, the imp. That one's pretty cool. I think I paid for that one actually. Yeah, that one was cool. Or the ones that Russ sells. Those are all pretty cool. Maybe if we spend enough money on this game, they will start bringing it back, you know? I would be cheery. I would be a cheery ass nigga if they started putting more updates, bro. Please buy this game. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed me yapping about another one of my favorite games. I really hope you guys sincerely play this one yourself, since the game is slowly dying out. I would love to have a server full of thousands of concurrent players like it had when I was a kid. That would be genuinely a dream come true, bro. So if you're watching this video, please buy it and play Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. And if you enjoy it, please let me know. I would love to play with some of y'all. I play on Xbox X Series, but I wouldn't mind getting it on PlayStation either if some of y'all would want to hop on a game on PlayStation 5 too. Anyways, feel free to subscribe if you want to, like, share, all of that bullshit. Also be sure to subscribe to my bro Wisehat's channel. Actually, he just dropped a few fire-ass videos that y'all should definitely check out. He just dropped a ton of videos that y'all should check out, especially the Hunter x Hunter one. That one was peak. I edited the audio for that, trust. Anyways, I hope you guys have a nice day, and thank you so much for watching.